Hello students, welcome to the class. My name is Vikas Tiwari, and as you know, we have just finished differential part of the calculus. So now we will start our integral calculus. And the first topic of integral calculus is indefinite integral. Indefinite integration. So when we start indefinite integration, the first question comes to our mind: what is integration? What is integration? So basically, integration is defined in two ways. We have just finished differentiation. So one way we define integration is that it is the reverse process of differentiation. Okay? So we can write integration is defined two ways. First one is as a reverse process of differentiation. Okay? And in the second way, we define integration as a continuous summation. As a continuous summation process. And here we define integration as a reverse process of differentiation. It is called indefinite integration. And this one, we have to define integration as a continuous summation process. It is called definite integration. Basically, if I talk before about definite integration, in definite integration we take integration as a sum of an infinite series, and every term of that series is approximately very small. Okay, so that is definite integration, but this is our next chapter, so we will read properly about this definite integration in the next chapter. Today we will talk about indefinite integration, where we are taking integration as a reverse process of differentiation. Okay, what does it mean by the reverse process of differentiation? If I take the simplest example, like if I take the example of x square, what was the differentiation of x square? Divide base of x square was 2x. Okay, that means what I am saying, that integration is the reverse process of differentiation. That if we differentiate x square, then we get 2x. Now if we will integrate 2x, we will get x square. We reach x square to 2x by differentiation. Okay? If we will integrate 2x, then we will get x square. This is the integration, indefinite integration. Okay? Like if fx is 90, if we take in general expression like gx is a function, and after differentiating we are getting fx after differentiating, then integration is made that if we will integrate function, integration is the name of that process, which process will give on applying at fx, it will give gx. Okay, so now we write the definition of indefinite integration. So please write. It is the reverse process. It is the reverse process of differentiation. It is the reverse process of differentiation. If there is a function gx, whose differentiation is fx, if there is a function gx whose differentiation is fx, then integration of fx will be gx. Then integration of fx will be gx. That is, तो हमने क्या कहा अभी? हमने क्या लिखवाया आपको? हमने लिखवाया कि gx is a function. If gx is a function such that differentiation of gx is equal to fx, then it implies that integration of fx is gx. Okay, integration of fx is gx. So how can we write this in the symbol form? So we use symbol like this. Integration of fx is equal to gx. This is the symbol of integration. Okay. So this was our integration, indefinite integration. Now we will take an example like we have earlier taken x square. We will take the same example. So if we take y equal to x square, what are the differentiation of it? dy by dx is equal to 2x, and this implies what will be the integration of 2x? Integration of 2x will be x square, because differentiation of x square is 2x, right? Now if we take just another thing, like if we take y equal to x square plus 2, x square plus 2. Now we differentiate it. Then what will be the differentiation? Yes, differentiation will be 2x. And what can we say from here? From here we can say that the integration of 2x will be x square plus 2. Integration of 2x will be x square plus 2. Similarly, we can take another expression like if we take y equal to x square minus 1. So, on differentiating, what will be the differentiation of x square minus 1? Differentiation will be again 2x. And from here we can say, what can we say about the integration? From here we can say that the integration of 2x will be x square minus 1. Here we are saying integration of 2x is x square. Here we are saying integration of 2x is x square plus 1. Here we are saying integration of 2x is x square minus 1. So what is basically integration of 2x? What is actual integration of 2x? They are, from definition, they are all are true. Okay? So we actually use here a constant c, because when it is given that the differentiation of gx is fx, then from this line we can say that the integration of fx will be gx. But if it is not given, he just asked us that what is the integration of fx. Like here y is equal to x square is given, then we differentiate it, we find that differentiation of y is 2x. तो हमने 2x का इंटीग्रेशन किया और x स्क्वायर आ गया, क्योंकि हम ये लाइन जानते हैं कि x स्क्वायर का डिफरेंशिएशन करने पे 2x आता है, तो 2x का इंटीग्रेशन करने पे x स्क्वायर आएगा. ओके, लेकिन यदि यहाँ से सीधा हमसे पूछा गया कि व्हाट इज द इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ 2x, अब 2x x स्क्वायर का डिफरेंशिएशन करने पे भी आ सकता है, x स्क्वायर प्लस 2 का डिफरेंशिएशन करने पे भी आ सकता है, x स्क्वायर माइनस 1 का डिफरेंशिएशन करने पे भी आ सकता है. तो यहाँ पे हम यदि हम डायरेक्ट दिया गया that what is the integration of 2x, then we can write it is x square plus c, where c is an arbitrary constant. Arbitrary constant. Okay. Now we can find the value of c with an example. Means with a condition. There must be any condition given with the help of which we can find the value of c. So if we don't know anything about that, from where differentiating which function we get 2x, then if it is asked that what is the integration of 2x, then we will say it is x square plus. Okay, and we will get the further information about c with the help of any given condition. Like if I take an example, like if it is given, if gx is integration of 2x, if gx is the integration of 2x and g0 is equal to 1, okay, then find g4. So हमें बताया गया है कि 2x का इंटीग्रेशन है gx, इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ 2x is gx, and g0 is given, g0 is 1 and he is asked g4, what is g4. So what do we know about the integration of 2x? Integration of 2x. Now we cannot write that integration of 2x is x square or x square plus 1. No, we will write integration of x square is x square plus c, because we don't know anything that after differentiating which function we get 2x. So we will write every possible function. Every possible function is x square plus c. But here it is given that gx is the integration of 2x. That means gx is x square plus c. Okay. Now it is given g0 is equal to 1. We will put the value 1 is equal to x, 0 plus c. That means c is equal to 1. So what is actually gx? Gx is x square plus 1. Now we know the gx. We can put the value x equal to 4 and find what is the value of g4. Okay. So from here, I can write the general value of integration. Integration of fx is equal to gx plus c. Integration of fx is equal to gx plus c. We will always use a arbitrary constant c whenever we will integrate a function, and we will find the value of c according to the given condition, similar to like that. Okay. So in this part, this is the symbol of integration. What is this? The function which we are integrating is called integrand. And in respect to which variable we are integrating? That is the variable dx. Dx tells us that we are integrating with respect to x. If we write dA here, means like dA, that means now variable is a. We are integrating with respect to a. So it tells us variable. Okay. Variable. What is gx? Gx is the integration of fx. Okay. Gx is integration of fx. Or we also use some other words for the integration like antiderivative. Because what was the definition of indefinite integration? It is the reverse process of differentiation. For that reason, we also call it antiderivative. And we also use one more word, primitive. Primitive of fx. Okay. So just remember these words because in question sometimes he may give the question in the language. What is C here? C is arbitrary constant. Arbitrary constant which will take the value according to the situation. According to any given condition. Okay. Now we will see what is the geometrical significance of the integration. What is actually integration telling us? What is giving it? Geometrical significance. So like if we take the same example y is equal to x square, no, we are taking integration. So what is the integration of 2x? Integration of 2x was it x square or x square plus 1? It was x square plus c. Okay. Now we will take the different value of c, we will get a different function. If we will take c is equal to 1, what will we get? We will get, if this is the fx, take it. Consider it like we are integrating fx and then getting gx. Okay. So what is this? This is gx. So if c is equal to 1, then what is gx? Here I am taking c also in the gx. So gx is x square plus 1. If you will take c is equal to 0, then we will get gx is equal to, for integration of fx, you can say integration of fx. It is x square. We can take c is equal to, take it minus 1. So gx will be equal to x square minus 1. Okay. Now we will see that if there is some relationship between these all functions. If we draw the graph of these functions, like if we draw the first gx is equal to x square, you have read quadratic equation also and also conic sections. So you know that the graph of y equal to x square is this one. And if we add something like graph of the y is equal to x square plus 1, so we will just move it 1 unit upward, something like that. And we can also get graph of y equal to x square minus 1. It will be something like that. Okay. Vertex is here. It is 0 1, it is 0 0, and this one is 0 minus 1. So if we take here x equal to 1, and at x equal to 1 on the graph, in these graphs we draw a tangent. So here tangent will be something like that. Here tangent will be something like that. And here tangent will be something like that. Okay. If you can observe, these all tangents are parallel to each other. This one, T1, this is T2, and this is T3. T1, T2 and T3 are parallel to each other. If you cannot observe in the graph, then we can see by the differentiation. We have just read. You remember, differentiation is also the slope of the tangent. So by differentiating any one of them, we can find the slope of tangent, and we will put the value of x. Then we will find the slope of tangent for that particular value of x. Okay. So if we differentiate it, what will we get? Differentiating x square plus 1 will get 2x. And if we will put x equal to 1, then what is the slope of tangent at x equal to 1? It is 2. Okay. Similarly, we can differentiate x square also. What will we get differentiating? 2x. We will put x equal to 1. We will get again slope is 2. Similar to the last one. Okay. For every curve at x equal to 1, slope of the tangent is 2. So what are we observing? That they all have same slope for the same value of x. Means if x coordinate is fixed of all the graphs, then and we draw the tangent for that value of x, then for all of them, slope of tangent will be same. So we can write it. Please write the geometrical significance. Write in the geometrical significance. On integrating fx, it gives integration. On integrating fx, integration gives us a family of curve. Integration gives us a family of curve for which slope of tangent for the same value of x is same. And value of this slope can be obtained by the value of f for that value of x. Can be obtained by the value of f. F means function for that same x. That means, what did I say in the last line? the last line I'd say that if you want to get slope of tangent at any for any particular point, you just need to put in fx. Like what is the slope at slope of tangent at x equal to 1? What is that? That is f1. What is f1? It is 2. Okay. So for the all curves, slope of tangent at x equal to 1 is 2. Okay. Now we will see some important formula. See, now we have just understand what is the definition of indefinite integration. It is the reverse process of differentiation. So only from that definition we will get some formulas. With the knowledge of that we have from differentiation. So हम जितना भी differentiation जानते हैं उसकी मदद से इंटीग्रेशन के कुछ फॉर्मूले डेवलप करेंगे. ओके. उससे पहले हम कुछ नॉर्मल जो प्रॉपर्टीज हैं, थ्योरम्स बोलते हैं, थ्योरम्स ऑफ इंटीग्रेशन देख लेते हैं. Theorems of integration. The first one is integration of a f1x dx is equal to, if a is a constant, then we can take a outside of integration. Okay. Where a is a constant. Now the second property is, if we are integrating f1x plus minus f2x, either we can integrate them after plus or minus, or we can integrate them differently and then add them or subtract. Okay. Integration of f1 plus minus f2x dx is equal to integration of f1x dx plus minus integration of f2x dx. Now the third property is, as I have told you that if we integration is the reverse process of differentiation. So if we integrate a function and then differentiate it, so what will we get? We will get the same function. और यदि हम पहले डिफरेंशिएट कर लेते हैं और फिर उसका इंटीग्रेट करते हैं तो भी हमें सेम फंक्शन मिलेगा. ओके. सो आई एम राइटिंग द सेम थिंग. हमने एफएक्स को पहले इंटीग्रेट किया और फिर उसको डिफरेंशिएट कर रहे हैं, या फिर हम उससे पहले डिफरेंशिएट कर लेते हैं और फिर हम इंटीग्रेट कर लेते हैं. So we will get fx. ओके. ये प्रॉपर्टी काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है और यूज होगी हमारे क्वेश्चंस में. अब हम यहाँ पे कुछ फॉर्मूलास देख लेते हैं. आप जानते हैं x की पावर n का डिफरेंशिएशन क्या था? x की पावर n का डिफरेंशिएशन था n into x की पावर n minus 1. तो अगर हम n into x की पावर n minus 1 को इंटीग्रेट करें, then what will be the its integration? Integration will be x to the power n. So we are using the same formulas. Like if we are integrating a constant, then what will we get? We will get kx plus c. Now you can check that formula is correct or not. If you will differentiate it, you will get this. Okay. you have seen that if we integrate fx, if we are integrating fx, we will get gx. If we will differentiate gx, then we will get fx. Okay. So if you want to check any formula, you just need to differentiate the answer. What will be the integration of x to the power n? Integration of x to the power n is x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. We will always use a constant, arbitrary constant c. Now if you want to check, you can differentiate this one. What will be the differentiation of this? Differentiation of this will be n plus 1 x to the power n divided by n plus 1. N plus 1 will be cancel out. So we get x to the power n. Now what is the integration of 1 by x? Integration of 1 by x is ln mod x. Because differentiation of ln mod x is 1 by x. So if integration of 1 by x is ln x, that means here n cannot be minus 1. This formula is not applicable for n equal to minus 1. Now what is the integration of? We can take e to the power x. E to the power x plus c. What are the integration of e to the power x? It is e to the power x divided by ln a. Because if we will differentiate this, differentiation of a to the power x is e to the power x ln a. Ln a will be cancelled out. E to the power x will be answer. Now our sixth formula. What is the integration of sin x? Integration of sin x is minus cos x. Because when we will differentiate minus cos x, we will get sin x. Integration of cos x sin x. Sorry. Okay. Because if you will differentiate this sin x, differentiation of sin x is cos x. Integration of sec square x. What is the integration of sec square x? It is tan x. If you differentiate tan x, you will get sec square x. What is the integration of cosec square x? Integration of cosec square x is minus cot x. Because if we will differentiate cot x, we will get minus cosec square x, and minus is already there, so minus minus will be plus. So differentiation of cot x will be cosec square x. We are using just the knowledge of differentiation. Knowledge of differentiation and definition of integration. That integration is the reverse process. Indefinite integration is the reverse process of differentiation. Okay. Antiderivative. Okay. What is the integration of sec x dot tan x? It is sec x. Right? Because if you will differentiate sec x, you will get sec x dot tan x. Integration of cosec x integration of cosec x dot cot x. What is the integration of cosec x dot cot x? It is minus cosec x. will always use an arbitrary constant. Okay, you will not forget it. Now, do we remember anything else? Dietary formula. We remember for the inverse function also. Inverse with one metric function. So from there, what is the differentiation of sin inverse x? Differentiation of sin inverse x is 1 by 1 minus x square under root. That means integration of 1 by 1 minus x square under root will be sin inverse x. Okay. Integration of 1 by 1 minus x square under root dx will be sin inverse x. Or we can also say, or because what was the differentiation of cos inverse x? It was minus 1 by 1 minus x square under root. So we just need to take an extra minus. Or we can say minus cos inverse x plus c. Okay. What was the differentiation of tan inverse x? It was 1 by 1 plus x square. That means integration of 1 by 1 minus 1 plus x square will be tan inverse x. Or we can also say minus cot inverse x. Now, what is the integration of 1 by x square minus 1 under root? This was the differentiation of sec inverse x. Sec inverse x plus c. Or we can also say minus cosec inverse x. Right? So these are some formulas. Now we will use this formula and find the differentiation of. Today I will give one example and then we will do it in the next class. Like if we take differentiate, if I take the simplest example like x minus 1 cube divided by under root x dx. So we just know the difference integration of x to the power n. We have the formula for that. So somehow we will try to transform it into the x to the power n. So we can write it just हम x minus 1 की power 3 का फॉर्मूला ओपन कर देते हैं. x cube minus 1 minus 3x square plus 3x divided by under root x dx. Just अलग अलग से तोड़ देंगे, यानी कि x to the power 5 by 2 minus x to the power minus 1 by 2, right? Minus 3x to the power 3 by 2 or plus 3x to the power 1 by 2, and here it is dx. Now we will integrate them one by one. This integration of this one will be x to the power 7 by 2 by 7 by 2. Integration of this one will be x to the power 1 by 2 by 1 by 2. Similarly here x to the power 5 by 2 by 5 by 2 and plus 3 is here x to the power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2 and one constant, arbitrary constant c. Okay. So this is how we will deal. I will also give one example of trigonometric functions. Like if it is a sec square x dot cosec square x. So this is given. So we know the integration of sec square x and cosec square x. but don't know the integration of their product. Okay. So we will try to हम उन्हें अलग अलग करने का प्रयास करेंगे. ओके. सो पहले हम इसे साइन में कर लेते हैं. 1 by sin square x divided by cos square x. ऊपर 1 है और 1 को हम लिख सकते हैं sin square x plus cos square x. We can write it, right? अब हम इनको अलग अलग कर देते हैं. sin square से sin square कट जाएगा और पहले टर्म में cos square कट जाएगा डिनोमिनेटर में, और सेकंड टर्म में हमारा sin square कट जाएगा डिनोमिनेटर में. So that means it is sec square x plus cosec square x. Now इनका इंटीग्रेशन हम जानते हैं, हमें पता है sec square x का जो इंटीग्रेशन होता है 10x, और cosec square x का होता है minus 4x, and one is arbitrary constant plus c. Okay, so that's all for today. Now we will see some methods to solve integration in the next class.